We definitely just need information that they think may be useful for us.
Right now at 6, an urgent manhunt.
Police say a gunman went inside this Catholic supply store, sexually assaulted at least one person, and then shot and killed a woman. The suspect description that police want everyone to hear.
A cab driver not leaving anything to chance when he's carjacked at gunpoint.
He was going to have to shoot me in the back because I was gone.
The hunt for the man who did this and how police were able to track down that cabbie's ride.
Grab the heavy coat as you head out the door this morning, but some warmer air is rushing towards the bi-state. I will tell you what it means for your Thanksgiving travel.
Some Blues fans have been demanding it for weeks. Coach Mike Yeo is out of a job. We're tracking your reaction. Open the 5 on your side app and click vote to weigh in.
Plus, it's one of the most popular holiday gifts of 2018. And this morning, you can get it for a third of the price. Details on this big Black Friday doorbuster.
You're watching Today in St. Louis.
And we begin with a breaking news update. Manchester Road in Baldwin has reopened to traffic. Fire crews had shut down Manchester to fight a fire inside the Sunrise Day Spa. This is a live look here right now, and you can see the building there behind those fire trucks. It was seriously damaged. Now, no one was injured. That's the good news. Firefighters, though, are still looking for what caused that fire. Once again, Manchester Road is back open. And that is just one of several breaking stories we are following for you this morning on this Tuesday, November 20th. I'm Allie Corey.
Good morning, I'm Rennie Knott. The time right now is 6:01. We'll get to Chester and his forecast in just a moment, but Anthony, it's already a busy time on the roads, and we're just after 6 o'clock.
Yeah, we've had a few incidents. This is just one of them that we were showing you earlier across the region. I do want to start you off, though, with a look at another incident that I'm following, and this is on 270 southbound at Marshall. And there was an overturned vehicle, a crash here on the southbound lanes as you approach 44. Right now, it's not creating any slowing, but keep in mind, as volume builds, this may be a problem area. Now, on the maps, that's the one area that we've had of concern, 270 southbound. The other one was on Manchester, as you just heard, has reopened, but was closed for about an hour. Both east and westbound lanes are moving now without a problem. So there's a quick update for you here at 6:02 this morning. All right, let's switch gears, toss things over to Chester. I got to tell you, Chester, it was a cold step out the door this morning.
Oh yeah, most definitely, and it's definitely cold out there this morning. Temperatures have dipped back into the 30s. Some of us may dip into the upper 20s before all is said and done this morning. Skies are cloudy, northerly breeze at 10, so it's 31, but it currently feels like it's 22 outside with that breeze. Widespread 30s in the metro. Cahokia, Ladue, O'Fallon, all at or below freezing. Washington at 32, and it's 31 at this early hour in Edwardsville. We'll get you out the door with clouds, but sunshine does return for the afternoon hours. We just don't warm up a ton. Mid-upper 30s today. The 50s are back, and I'll tell you when that happens, and we're tracking rain in your 7-day forecast.
It was surreal to see it as we came up Manchester. We saw so many lights and the helicopters and everything else, and we knew something had to be wrong.
A community on edge this morning after a rather horrific crime. By now, you've probably heard about the shooting at a Catholic supply store. Dozens of you are sharing your thoughts and prayers, and you can see them scrolling right now at the bottom of your screen.
Now, police are still searching for that man who is responsible, and they want your help to be on the lookout. Our Abby Larico is live along Manchester Road in West County. That is where this shooting took place. She joins us now live with the very latest. Abby, good morning.
Well, it has been a long night for the officers here outside of this Catholic supply store, again in West County, just off Manchester Road. It's a store that is supposed to be a place that you stop if you need a new prayer book, a Bible, maybe a gift for someone's first communion or baptism. But the person who turned this into a hellish scene is still out there, considered armed and dangerous. A St. Louis County police source tells 5 on your side that that suspect went into the store and made women inside take their clothes off, sexually assaulting at least 3 people, then shooting a woman in the head. She died at the hospital last night. Now, she hasn't been identified yet, but we know that she was 53 years old and that she, like the other people inside, did not know this suspect. Police don't even know why he targeted this store. And it's those eerie details that have people around this community so on edge, like this employee of a store in the same shopping center.
In today's landscape, you just don't know what's going on. And for something like this to happen in a religious store also makes me feel worried, you know.
Now, here is a description of that suspect police are looking for. He's described as a white man in his 40s or 50s, 5'7" tall, heavy set, last seen wearing a black jacket, jeans, and a large belt, wearing a hat that's either black or gray. They say he got away from the scene either in a car or by running away. They're not quite sure yet, but what they do know is they have the resources to take any and all tips that you might have. So if you were driving by this area, busy Manchester Road, at any point yesterday afternoon and think you might have seen someone that might match that description, please call police, because as much as they're working this scene, they are also working behind the scenes to make sure that this person is put away and this community can be safe again. Reporting live from West County, Abby Larico, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Abby.
Also happening overnight, a cab driver was carjacked by his own customer, and the person who did it is still on the loose. Our Jen Sullivan joins us now to explain what exactly happened. Jen, good morning.
Good morning, Allie. The United cab driver says that his customer wanted to make a second stop before heading to work. When he refused, the man pulled out a gun. The cab driver says that he picked up the customer around 12:30 in North City. The man told him that he was on his way to work at McDonald's off Jefferson near 44. The two began to argue when the customer wanted to make a second stop. That's when he pulled out a gun and took off with the cab. The driver says that he dropped the man off in a well-lit parking lot and thought that he would be safe.
It's unfortunate. You try to be disciplined about the areas you go in and people you pick up. But sometimes, even if you cross your T's and dot your I's, things can still happen.
Lewis does have a tracker on his van, so that's how police were able to find it. But the man who did this is still on the loose. And it seems like we're always talking about carjackings in our area. So we dug into some of the stats from St. Louis police. And here's what we know. 29 carjackings so far in October. Through October, we've had 277 carjackings in St. Louis in just 302 days. Some staggering statistics there, Allie.
It certainly is. All right, Jen, thank you. Also breaking overnight, a sad story in South City. 2 dogs killed in a house fire. It happened just after 2 o'clock this morning on Cologne Avenue. That's in the Bevo neighborhood. The people who lived there were not home at the time. One neighbor we spoke with says this is a very tight-knit community.
It's devastating to see your community being burned. Hopefully everybody's okay. We try to watch each other's backs, and we'll try and help these people get back on their feet as soon as possible.
Investigators say downed power lines outside the home may have started the fire.
They may not have known it at the time, but the person who shot this Snapchat video was recording Mike Yo's last game on the Blues bench. The head coach was fired overnight after the team's disappointing start to the NHL season. Our Brandon Morano is live at the Enterprise Center with what's coming up next for this game. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning, Rennie. This is something even Mike Yeo saw coming. This is what he had to say after this weekend's loss to the Sharks.
At a certain point, we've got to find a way to win these games that are there for you.
Apparently, the Blues believe the way to win those games is parting ways with Yeo. The organization announcing in this tweet after the game last night that Mike Yeo is out of a job. It came right after they were shut out by the 7-12 Kings. The fans we caught up with hope the decision will get the Blues back in rhythm.
You kick out a guy that was brought in to take over the franchise, and now it's now it's kind of on the team to take over. I mean, if firing the head coach isn't going to do it, what's it going to take?
Apparently for now, the answer is former assistant coach Craig Berube. The team announced they will be holding a press conference this morning at 10 a.m. You can stream that live on our website, ksdk.com, and the 5 on Your Side Facebook page. And with their record right now, they're 7-9-3. That puts them in last place in the Western Conference. And at the beginning of the year, this was a team that a lot of people were saying had Stanley Cup hopes. And so there's going to be a lot of talk about what the future of this organization holds. Rennie and Allie.
Time to hold those players accountable now. Thank you, Brandon.
All right, and we've been asking you this morning, what do you think about the Blues firing Coach Mike Yeo? And it looks like right now 83% of you say it's about time. You can still vote. Just open the 5 on Your Side app and click Vote Now to weigh in.
Yeah, you know what? Coaches don't play, players play. So it's really up to those players out there to give a better effort. But a lot of folks were saying that the team sort of wasn't listening to his message anymore. So maybe a change fires them up and get things going. Plenty of season to be played, so it's not over yet.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely a long way to go. Let's get your school day forecast going. Yes, a lot of kiddos, this is their Friday after a very short week with the holiday coming up. The holiday is looking pretty good, even though we have some rain opportunities in the 7-day forecast, so stay close. Next on Today in St. Louis, Tissel, I will have the latest. Here's your forecast now. 20s for 7 o'clock, blustery and cold, 30s at midday and into the afternoon. A chilly day in St. Louis.
All right, Chester. Well, Sky 5 chopper up over the Poplar Street Bridge this morning. Doing all right for the most part. Haven't had too many issues coming in from Illinois. In fact, we haven't had any. So that's some good news. We have a few issues on the Missouri side. We are back to show you those. If you take 270 southbound, you'll want to listen up.
Coming up, we're following breaking news from the migrant caravan. A strong ally decides to side with the migrants. What this means for President Trump saying about them crossing the southern border.
And this morning, we're helping you not get tricked while holiday shopping. How you can get out of paying twice what you should be for your gifts.
Plus, a story that hits very close to home. I caught up with a local tugboat captain who has a similar story to mine. In this morning's Tissel Can't Miss story, his life-changing experience that will bring special meaning to his Thanksgiving holiday.
Live pictures over the Enterprise Center this morning. We're looking west across the city. You can see 64 there on the left side of your screen. If you're rolling into downtown, no major issues so far along that stretch, but Anthony has the total look at your traffic here in a few minutes. At about 13 minutes after 6, we are cold this morning with the numbers down into the low 30s across much of the bi-state, even some 20s across western and central Missouri. That colder area is advecting or pushing in from the northwest because of a northwesterly, and that breeze makes it feel like 22 right now. So you'll definitely want to bundle up, layer up here, or if you can stay inside, just stay under the covers, because why not? It is a cold and gray beginning to your day. Cloud cover out there, but sunshine does make a comeback heading into the afternoon. Just 39 today, but then the 50s are back for Wednesday and Thursday. That's Thanksgiving Day. Unfortunately, rain also sneaks back into the 7-day forecast, and I will detail that in a few. But right now, here comes Anthony.
All right, at least it's rain and not snow. Hey, and that is just my personal opinion. I know you like the snow out there, but I'm saying it's too early for it. All right, let's look at the 270 right now. This is at Big Bend. Southbound lanes, you still have that crash of an overturned vehicle as you approach Marshall and 44. Just keep in mind, it is typically a light commute going south. As you can see, just a few cars there. Northbound is usually where we have the trouble, but this morning it is southbound 270 right as you approach 44. That's the one incident we've got on the road this morning. And on the maps, you can see we had an earlier incident, the closure here on Manchester. The road was closed for a while. It has reopened, so good news there. And everywhere else, it seems like we're moving without a problem. So things are improving. Here's a look at 55 at Butler Hill. Those northbound lanes coming at us, that's typically the stretch that bogs down, but this morning doing just fine as you hop on 270 from 55. All right, Rennie, I'll toss things over to you.
All right, thank you, Anthony. We're kicking off the morning rush with some breaking news from overnight. Immigrants looking to seek asylum by crossing the southern border into the U.S. now have a federal judge on their side. That judge has issued a temporary restraining order barring the Trump administration from forbidding asylum seekers from entering the country. The president had issued that proclamation in response to the caravan making its way through Mexico to the U.S. There is sadness in the city of Chicago this morning following an argument outside a hospital that turned deadly. Emergency room doctor Tamara O'Neill had been fighting with her domestic partner outside Mercy Hospital when he shot and killed her yesterday. He then ran inside and killed pharmacy resident Dana Less, along with Officer Samuel Jimenez. The shooter also died in the standoff. Hey, here's a way to get some of the toys off your kids' holiday wish list. Cross them off altogether. Well, at least if they're in the Trouble in Toyland report. The annual study lists which toys could be dangerous for your children. They expect it to be released sometime later today. Hey, the scoreboard really lit up at the LA Coliseum last night. The Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Rams both scored at least 50 points during Monday night's game. But unfortunately for a lot of folks in St. Louis, the Rams beat the Chiefs 54-51. That really bites.
That is a tough loss.
Really bites. Yeah, it does.
Still a good game.
Yeah, but I don't want to watch those guys party.
Yeah, I know. 6:16 coming up, billions of your dollars going into a major construction project. The exclusive inside look of the rusted out foundry and what's expected to replace it. Plus,
they're wireless, they're Bluetooth, they are in demand, and they are a 60% off early doorbuster that I have coming right up.
Well, they will likely be one of the most popular holiday gifts again this year. Thousands of people will line up to get them this Black Friday. We're talking about those Apple AirPod headphones.
But what if I told you you can get a better pair of headphones without standing in line and for a third of the price?
Oh.
That's where Matt Granite comes in. He joins us live with all the details. All right, Matt, tell us the good news.
Yes. Let's make this happen. The good news is we're holding stores accountable. The good news is also I have trouble controlling the sound of my voice because I was wearing one of these as well. Noise canceling at its finest. Don't line up. Don't ruin Thanksgiving. There is no need. I have 80 different doorbusters on ksdk.com/dealboss. And this is one of the ones I would grab right now. Take a look. Here's your advantage right now on these true wireless earbuds that everyone will be lining up for on Black Friday. A little bit of a secret. I found a link to unlock this early doorbuster right now on our website at under $80 right now with the wireless charge pod case that you can take with you anywhere for wireless charging on the go. Don't tether yourself to an outlet and don't wire yourself to some pair of lame earbuds, and more importantly, don't settle for bad sound. With noise cancellation blocking out ambient noise for all of your phone calls and the best wireless streaming you will ever see at this Black Friday price. You can find this deal, which is not a paid product, on our website right now. ksdk.com/dealboss is where I have you covered. Just take my control room earpiece out for a second and just show you that, more importantly, if you are looking to work out, I don't work out, I'm against it, but if you do that, this is something where they do stay in. You can move around, you can jump. They are here, and more importantly, they'll be $160 today, $140 on Black Friday, or $49 right now. Ali and Rennie?
Wow,
oh, yeah.
That is a deal.
It's a heck of a deal right there.
Oh,
all right,
man.
thank you, Matt. And you know what? If you do start working out,
awesome.
Use those. They won't fall out 2 years.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
There we go.
Thanks, Matt.
Always
Sometimes
looking
I
out
give
for
some
it.
advice that's pretty obvious. But
That's a great deal,
Just want to
especially
give
if
them a
you work
reminder
out.
on that.
I know, right?
Do you guys ever walk around and see somebody talking on their phones?
Yes.
And you think they're talking to you and you realize, no, they're wearing the wireless
I've seen
headphones?
Yeah.
All the
Happens
time.
to me all the time.
Or the worst is when they wave and you're like, oh, hi, and they're waving at somebody.
Yeah, that is the worst.
Like, oh, thought you recognized me.
I feel very small now.
It's like I'm going to go in a corner and hide.
Yeah.
And you want to warmly go hide
Yes.
in these 30s this morning. Some of us feels like it's in the 20s this morning because of a breeze. In fact, it's 29 right now in Warrenton and Pittsfield as well. That cold air continues to push in from the north and west because of a northwesterly breeze. Around freezing Farmington, Chesterfield, over to Salem, and Effingham's at 31, but it feels like 21 in Effingham, 22 in St. Charles, and the wind chill or the feels like temperature is 21 in Raleigh this morning. This is what St. Louis looks like. You can actually see all the way towards downtown here, which you could not yesterday morning where we had the drizzle. So it's a better morning, but it's definitely a cold one. Good time to remind you of Heat Up St. Louis. They certainly could use a few bucks here or there to help our qualified seniors, the disabled, and some of our low-income neighbors of Missouri and Illinois stay warm during this frigid weather. And we've got a long winter to go, folks. Look how cold we are this morning. Plenty of clouds still through 7, 8, 9 o'clock. I think the clouds really start to thin out by 11 or midday with 30s for high temperatures all day long, 30s to around 40 degrees. A few spots may get there. So it's a cold one, but this is probably the coldest of the next 5 or 6 days as a warming trend takes hold tomorrow. Still chilly through the evening hours. Southwesterly kicks in, so that prevents us from dropping too much tonight and tomorrow morning. We start warmer tomorrow morning, still cold in the 30s, but we end up in the 50s across Metro St. Louis, Southeast Missouri, and upper 40s to around 50 across Southern Illinois for tomorrow. And that's the same for Thanksgiving Day, too. Some good weather on the way. 39 for the high today, just 31 tonight. It's still cold, but not nearly as cold as what we're going to see this morning. And then up to 53 tomorrow, and then 55 on Thanksgiving Day. Sunshine both days, but clouds move back in Thursday night. And by Friday afternoon and evening, I think it's late afternoon, that's when we get the rain in here if you're doing travel or shopping, or if you're just going to be out and about with family and friends. Saturday is mostly cloudy but dry, and then another shower opportunity on Sunday, and perhaps a snowflake or two heading into Monday. Okay, Anthony, what is happening with our traffic
Well, we still have this overturned vehicle 270 southbound near Big Bend. As you pass this, you can see the flashing lights blocking 2 lanes here as you approach the Marshall exit and also 44. You see how thin traffic is, so we're doing all right. It's the northbound side that is actually slowing because, well, folks just want to take a peek. This is in North County, 270 to West Florissant. Westbound lanes picking up just a little bit. Eastbound lanes doing just fine as you go towards the Chain of Rocks Bridge. No issues for drivers in North County on 270. The big issue this morning is, again, that overturned vehicle blocking those 2 lanes, 270 southbound. But it's not the southbound lanes where you're having the problem. The problem is the northbound lanes as folks just want to take a peek. That's creating that slowing as you pass 44. And this is the typical build that we find each and every day, but just add a little extra time now because, again, folks are just taking a looky-loo. So here's 70. Coming over the Blanchette Bridge, eastbound lanes going away from us doing just fine. Your St. Charles drive times look good, much better than they have been the past couple of mornings. About a 20-minute drive from Winsfield to 270 on 70 and 64. And even coming in from Illinois, no slowing there. Speed still in the 60s over the Poplar Street Bridge from Highway 4 in O'Fallon, Mascoutah, and Lebanon. All right, Allie and Rennie, back to you.
Anthony, thanks. Do you have a holiday tradition with your family to check out the Christmas lights? Why don't you let us cover it this year? Coming up, how you can get a free ride through Tillis Park.
Plus, we have an update on our top story. An event for school kids canceled as the police continue their search in West County. More on that coming up at 6:30.
Welcome back. Tillis Park's light display is all ready for Christmas. So how would you like to take a ride around its winter wonderland for free? We're giving away a family car pass that's good for 1 family car. You can use it between tomorrow all the way through the end of December. Just head to KSDK.com/contest before 11 o'clock this morning to register to win. Good luck. It is time for Sammy Stars this morning, and today we've caught a pup red-handed. I want you all to meet Bo Juergens. We're about to shame him here on TV. Now, Bo is posing next to an empty bag of pork rinds. And as you can see, he's kind of lowering his head a little bit because he knows he's been caught. But he's so cute. You can't really be mad at him. We want to thank Tom for that picture. And if you'd like to see your pet on TV, just tweet us a picture and a little info using the hashtag SammyStars. And we have such a good boy today.
Oh, my goodness. I really like this guy. He comes to us from Helping Strays of Monroe County. He reminds me a lot of my Basset Hound, only about 18 times taller. This is Brayton. He's a 2-year-old coonhound mix who's very friendly with everyone. He loves the camera, too, as Bobby brings the camera in, and he goes right on over there. He loves to run. He loves to play with other dogs. He would do best, though, in a home that has a fenced yard. Now, if you would like to meet Brayton, just give Helping Strays of Monroe County a call. I mean, this guy is lovely. He's peaceful. He's calm. Look at that.
His face, he's just so sweet.
What a gorgeous, that's a really good-looking puppy.
You are so handsome.
Yeah. The next half hour of Today in St. Louis starts right now.
He's a good boy. Searching for a killer. A gunman storms a St. Louis County business, sexually assaults at least 1 person, and opens fire on a woman.
Police are still searching for the man who pulled the trigger, and I have the information you need to know.
More controversy at the White House. President Trump's daughter accused of using personal email for official government business. Why the administration says it is different from the Hillary Clinton case.
It will be the busiest Thanksgiving travel weekend in years, and you may be dealing with some rain. I'll track it with Futurecast.
Shady business popping up online, selling you products for twice what they're worth. And it's 100% legal. How you can make sure you're getting the best deal.
And a second life. I got an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the massive City Foundry project in Midtown.
You can overlook the food hall, which is right there.
The sneak peek you'll only see here on Tissel.
You're watching Today in St. Louis.
A live look out the window right now at 6:30. Chesterfield Valley, as you can see, cars are moving along there very nicely. Sun's about to come out, but yet the lights are still on in that business back there, so maybe somebody's working late or early, one of the two there.
A lot of people have the whole week off.
I know.
It seems like the roads have been a little thinner.
They've got a nice job to have a whole week off this week. A good Tuesday morning, everybody. I'm Rennie Knott.
I'm Allie Corey. Thanks so much for waking up with us. If you do have to work today, if today is maybe the last day of school for kids before the holiday, man, it's cold out there this morning. So let's get a check on that weather and traffic this morning with the guys.
Yeah, very cold.
No doubt about it. You want to have those layers for sure. And if you're lucky to have the seat warmers,
crank them on.
Yes, go for it.
We know Anthony has them.
Yeah.
Yes.
He mentions it every morning.
Even in the summer. No,
yes.
I'm just kidding. No.
I like it warm with my son.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, you know. And we get some cold days in St. Louis, and this November has been no stranger to the colder weather. Temperatures continue to dip here, and we are down into the 30s at this early hour, 31, and a strong northerly. So with that breeze, feels like it's about 22, 23 out there. 30 in Wildwood, Cahokia, and Afton both at freezing. It's below freezing in Alton, same in St. Charles, and now down to 29 O'Fallon, Missouri. We'll be around 29 in St. Louis for the next hour or so. Then we slowly rise into the 30s midday and afternoon. We'll see an increase in the sunshine, which is fantastic news. When do we increase the temperatures? Well, I'll show you that on the Futurecast, including some rain chances coming up. Here's Anthony with a look at those roads.
All right, so I'm hearing of a crash on 70 near 170, and I'm not able to find it from looking at a few cameras, but I've got a camera here for you near that intersection. It sounds as though a tractor trailer is partially off the road from the report, but if it is, that would cause a jam, and I don't see it from any of these stretches. There's the interchange going towards 170, and there's the interchange going towards 70, and that's 70 passing the airport. So it seems as though roads are doing all right, but keep in mind, if you take 70 near 170 this morning, just heard of a report of a tractor trailer partially off the road. We'll try to bring you a clearer picture as we go towards the next 20 minutes. All right, Allie, and running back over to you.
Anthony, thanks. This is just into our newsroom. School leaders not taking any chances as police search for a killer.
The Normandy Cross Currents event that was scheduled to take place in Baldwin today has been canceled after yesterday's tragic events at the Catholic Supply Store. Now, all morning we've been sharing your messages about this disturbing crime. You can see them scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
And this morning, police are sharing a description of that killer. Our Abby Larico is live in West County, right near Manchester, with what you need to know. Abby, good morning.
Good morning, Allie and Rennie, and everyone at home. We need you to listen up right now, because as gut-wrenching, frankly, as it is for us to share the details of a story like this is important information to know, because the person who police say walked into a religious store, sexually assaulted people inside he didn't even know, and then shot and killed one of them is still on the loose. And police need all of the information they can get as they look to find him. Take a look now at the suspect's description from police. They say he's a white man in his 40s or 50s, about 5'7" tall, with a heavy build. Last seen wearing a black jacket and blue jeans and a large belt with a hat, either black or gray. Now, a St. Louis County police source tells 5 on Your Side that he forced the women inside to take off their clothes. And after sexually assaulting at least 3 of them, he shot one in the head. We don't know her name or if she worked at the store. We just know that she was 53 years old and died at the hospital. That suspect then got away, maybe running, maybe in a car. Police aren't sure, but it is a busy area. And they do know that if you saw anything matching that suspect description at any point during yesterday afternoon's events or even before, please call them.
A lead is a lead, you know, and someone that may have information about someone that they know or something they saw. You're not wasting our time. You know, we just want to work all those to the bitter end.
Now, Catholic Supply Stores are a family-owned business. They have 3 locations in St. Louis County here, in St. Charles County, and in St. Louis City. It's the type of place where you can go to buy school uniforms, a gift for a baptism or a first communion, a Bible or a prayer book. And now the owner of this company is asking people to join his family in praying for all of those affected. Reporting live from West County, Abby Larico, 5 on Your Side.
Thank you, Abby. This latest attack has many of us fearing for our safety in public.
And it is a tough subject, but it's something that all of us need to address with our families. So Jacob Long went to the experts to help you stay safe.
Have you ever looked around and thought, what would you do in a worst-case scenario? Sadly, it is a question we all need to be able to answer in this day and age. And it's what people who are trained to protect us call making yourself a hard target. Simple things that you can do right now, from where to sit in a restaurant to how to park your car, even what not to do when you walk down the street. I'm Jacob Long, and tonight, only on 5 on Your Side at 10, a St. Louis security professional walks us through the extra precautions that he takes even when he is off duty, knowing his routine could give you a fighting chance in an emergency.
If you can see it in front of you, you can react quickly and make the decision that needs to be made.
Don't miss Hard Target, our exclusive cover story tonight, only on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Never vary off the path, so yeah, you know, whatever's gonna happen, gonna be in this well-lit parking lot.
Top of your morning rush this morning, one cab driver's fare meets a violent end. Nate Lewis picked up a man in North City who wanted to go to the McDonald's on Jefferson, but when he tried to get Lewis to stop, the driver refused, and that's when the man took out a gun and took the cab. Police and Lewis were able to track down the van with his phone, but that carjacker is still on the loose.
Well, you can't hear the name Pamela Hupp without thinking of the horrible crimes she's accused of. Authorities believe she staged a home invasion and killed a man to cover up another murder. Well, today she'll be in court where we'll hear evidence about that first murder of Betsy Faria. Hupp's trial is set for June of next year.
I'm Brandon Morano, live outside the Enterprise Center where the St. Louis Blues have fired their head coach, Mike Yeo. They made the announcement in a tweet after last night's game. It comes after a shutout loss to the 7-12 Kings. Assistant coach Craig Berube has been named the interim head coach. The team will hold a press conference this morning at 10 o'clock. You can stream that live on our website, ksdk.com, and the 5 on Your Side Facebook page.
And this morning, we want to hear from you. What do you think about the Blues letting Mike Yeo go? Was it too soon? Not soon enough? As you can see, 79% of you say about time, while about 21% say he didn't deserve that. Join in the conversation by going to ksdk.com/vote or clicking Vote Now in the 5 on Your Side app.
You are the wind beneath my wings. Always want to step.
Kennedy Holmes once again stealing hearts on The Voice last night. She sang Bette Midler's classic Wind Beneath My Wings, and she dedicated it to her parents. So will she move on? We will find out tonight at 7 right here on 5 on Your Side.
Good luck to her, though. Shopping online can make holiday shopping a breeze. But if you're not careful, you could end up paying twice what you would have if you have gone into the store.
Jason Puckett from our Verified team shows us how to make sure you're getting a deal and how to avoid being scammed.
Advertisers pay money to get their products in front of you, and anyone can make an ad now targeted at you. That creates some problems.
The advertiser now is a person. You and I with a Facebook page can make an ad.
That includes people looking to trick you, like drop shipping. Shopify is a site where people learn how to drop ship. It says drop shipping is where businesses advertise products but don't actually own or sell them. Instead, they go to another site and order the item for you, and it costs you extra. Here's an example. You get an ad for a Christmas rolling pin, about $30. The link takes you to a site that looks real. There's good pictures, a lot of details, and you can order directly. Only problem, reverse image search this and you'll find the product cheaper on a bunch of other sites. Here it is on eBay. Same pic, same product, $9 shipped from China. And here it is on Amazon. If you bought from a dropshipping site, the site's creators will go buy the cheaper version from another site and put you as the shipping address. They just made $20 off of you because you didn't know to look in other places. Crazy enough, it's totally legal.
And you agree to pay said price and you get delivered the item that was advertised in the way it was advertised, how it would deliver to you, then yeah, it's almost buyer beware.
There are tools like price matchers and ad blockers that can help make sure you're getting the right deal. And in part 3 of this series, we're going to take a deep dive into how those work so these bad ads don't ruin your holidays. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett. Back to you.
Some great information for the holidays. You don't want to waste your time or your money out.
Or anytime you're online shopping, always look at multiple places.
But more people probably do it now, I guess, because they don't want to get outside. The temperature may not be that warm like today.
And it's on your mind, too.
It is on your mind. Let's get you out the door here. That school day forecast. It is cold this morning, and the kiddos that have to go to school today want to have the jacket, for sure, a wind-breaking layer because it's a bit on the breezy side. We'll get into the afternoon hours with sunshine, but just 30s later today. I've got some 50s in the forecast, though. I will show you that and your next chance of rain coming up in the Futurecast. Back to you guys.
All right. Still to come, a drug company raises its prices for life-saving antidote. Its defense for that increase.
Plus, rust to glamour. We've got an exclusive inside look at what's to come for a major project between Forest Park and the Arch.
Some of you are turning up the heat this Thanksgiving. How about flaming hot Cheetos? Well, they could be making an appearance on your dinner table.
What?
Good Tuesday morning and welcome back. The time right now is 6:44. That's a live look at I-64 and Woods Mill Road. I want to say a big thank you to our photojournalist Rick Meyer for getting us this shot. As you can see, traffic is backing up. Anthony will have all the latest on the roads coming up in just a bit.
Well, let's get a final check now of your top stories here in the Morning Rush. Areas in California scorched by flames now have a new problem. Stormy weather is expected to roll into parts of Northern California later this week. That will make it hard to search for people's remains, and it'll make living conditions even worse. That rain is likely to continue into the weekend. The first daughter is under scrutiny this morning after news sources revealed she'd been using her personal email account to send hundreds of emails about government business. Now, you might remember President Trump criticized Hillary Clinton on the campaign trail for the same thing. But Ivanka's lawyer argues she didn't send any classified information and had been transitioning into her White House role. Well, imagine paying 600% more for anything, let alone a life-saving drug. Well, drug company Kaleo just increased the price of an overdose antidote to $4,100. Company reps defended the choice, saying it's donated kits to save lives and has never turned a profit. All right, you want to take your Thanksgiving dinner up to about an 11? How about a flamin' hot Cheetos turkey? Yeah. Reynolds Kitchen shared this insane recipe where you actually coat the whole bird with a few bags of the hot treats. It's one way to get everyone's mind off of politics at the dinner table. You know, their mouth is going to be flaming so bad they'll just be chugging milk the whole time. I think you would like this, Rennie. You like that hot
I
stuff.
love spicy food, but I don't know about that, though. I don't know. Maybe on the side I might try it. All right, thank you, Allie. There are billions of dollars being spent on new construction in St. Louis, from the Arch to Forest Park. One of the more ambitious builds is taking place in Midtown. That's where they're taking an old, rusted-out place and turning it into an entertainment destination.
It's a beehive of activity.
I don't think St. Louis has any idea what we're doing here.
Dirt moving, sparks flying.
Almost 500,000 square feet of development that we're doing inside the site.
These are the early stages of City Foundry STL.
This thing has tremendous potential.
Steve Smith is the visionary.
The excitement is to take something that many people can't see or would throw away or tear down and say this is worthless, and actually to be able to make it something really innovative and unique and interesting.
They're taking the old and making it new again.
Quite frankly, don't know for sure what all this stuff did at one time, but we're going to preserve it.
The plans and renderings show a place full of shops, places to eat and drink, mixed into the industrial workings.
You can overlook the food hall, which is right there. This is where the electrical plant was.
You won't need a car to get here, thanks to the old railway into the site.
Rail cars would come into the site and bring raw material.
It will become part of the Shoto Greenway.
This will go all the way from Forest Park.
In Smith's eyes, what was once an eyesore in Midtown St. Louis,
we're going to convert those into light.
Will become a destination spot.
I really believe people will come here from around the United States.
When the dust from the construction settles,
the ravages of time, and we're going to clean all that up.
Smith believes City Foundry STL will bring a new hustle and a new bustle to Midtown.
You can sit here and enjoy friends, imbibe safely, comfortably, and be in the middle of all the action.
Wow.
Now, City Foundry STL is set to open in the year 2020. They've already got a lot of the places leased, and so it will be happening, folks. It will be happening.
It's like a cool project. I went to SLU, so I remember that area just sort of kind of being dilapidated, and now with that and all those shops and apartments, it's crazy.
Well, now we got to do our part and make sure we actually go out and, you know, give these places businesses so they don't close.
Especially local ones.
Yeah.
All right, let's get you out the door, guys. It's cold this morning, as we've been talking about all morning long. There's that gray sky in St. Louis. We are starting dry. We're without the mist and the fog, so that's a positive start to the day here, and we'll keep the sun in the forecast for the midday and afternoon hours. We just got to get through this cloudy morning in St. Louis. We'll end up in the 30s today. That's pretty chilly. Average or normal high this time of year is in the 50s. We won't cool down a lot tonight, and tomorrow is a warmer day, and I think you're going to like the Wednesday and Thursday forecast. That's Thanksgiving Day on Thursday. 31 right now, and widespread low 30s, and those breezes make it feel like it's in the 20s. So, yeah, jacket's definitely a good idea, hat and gloves, and maybe an extra layer or so. There's the cloud cover. It's been pretty stubborn. We haven't been able to get rid of it. I think we will start to shake it, though, mid-morning. Even though our model's showing clear sky, Certainly looking sunny for the afternoon hours with temperatures jumping into the 30s. That's it today. Now, southwesterlies will take over tonight, so that'll prevent us from dropping a lot today and tonight, and tomorrow we're in the 50s. And even though an easterly breeze kicks in Thursday, we still get into the 50s. We'll watch a rain chance heading into Friday. That'll probably come later in the day, afternoon and evening. It's probably going to be a damp end to Friday and dry on Saturday with another system pushing in for Sunday with some scattered rain and perhaps ending as a few snowflakes as we head into Monday. Doesn't look like a major system for Monday, but something we'll be watching with great care here. So stay tuned through the weekend as you enjoy your time with your family and friends, because there's a lot of travel happening on Friday, Sunday, into Monday. 39, that's it today. Then warmer, excuse me, 50s for Wednesday and Thursday. Thanksgiving is Thursday. Looks really nice. There's the rain for Friday, and we're mild but dry Saturday. Sunday, we'll have to watch for some rain. Could impact your travel if you're coming back to STL, if you have family leaving, and we'll watch Monday as well. Anthony, what's the latest, excuse me, in your department as I got water?
I got the same thing going on over here.
Geez.
Must be something in the building. All right, so 270 southbound at Marshall, still looking at overturned vehicle here. You're down 2 lanes, and it is causing a significant backup in both directions. So you're going southbound, that's where we have the crash, and you're going northbound here. Look how slow folks are moving northbound. I want to show you another shot. This is 270 at Doherty Ferry. Again, your southbound lanes. Yeah, look how slow we're going here. This is on southbound 270 at Doherty Ferry. That's because you're down a couple lanes as they try to get that overturned crash upright and off the road. And then your northbound lanes are very slow because folks are taking a peek, and then this is the typical build we find each and every day. So now speeds are starting to slow. 270 northbound looks like it's about a 25-minute drive for you. Again, coming in from south, going north, and that's your slow spot. Again, the northbound lanes approaching the crash, and then southbound approaching 44. So this area is a mess this morning. If you take that stretch, you may want to use Lindbergh or 141 to get around this very slow stretch. All right, Allie, I'm running back to you.
All right, thank you, Anthony. Still to come, a story that personally makes me a bit more grateful this week. In today's TISL Can't Miss story, hear the survivor with a story that's very similar to mine and how his inspirational journey hits so close to home. This morning's TISL Can't Miss story has special meaning to me because I know firsthand just what it is like to face the scary experience. I want you all to meet Dan Houck. He and his wife Susan returned from San Diego yesterday, just days after he had life-saving PTE surgery to remove blood clots from his lungs, the same 9-hour surgery that I had. Now, prior to the procedure, Dan said he couldn't walk more than 20 feet. All that has now changed.
Oh man, it's new meaning for life, like a new life I've been given. Went from barely being able to walk or breathe, and now I have my health back and feel like a new man. It's been a year since I could play with my kids, and now I'm ready to be dad again.
Dan is already getting active. He told me he's able to do 10,000 steps a day.
Wow.
It's going to be a very happy Thanksgiving for his entire family.
That is awesome.
So good to see. So happy for him.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Something to be thankful for as we move towards the holiday, guys. Travel weather for today, we've got dry skies, but it is cold across the Midwest. Rolling into tomorrow, it starts to get warmer into the 50s here and down towards KC-Mo and over to Tulsa in the 60s. Still colder in Chicago and Nashville in the 50s if you're heading south and east. There's our cloudy sky right now, and it is chilly, 31, but the wind chill is about 22, 23 because of that strong northwesterly, so you want to layer up. 30s all day long. We don't warm up a ton, but the sun is forecast to come back by about midday into the afternoon hours. We're bright and sunny for Wednesday and Thursday with highs in the 50s. Rain chance returns Friday afternoon and Friday evening.
All right, heads up, if you take 270 this morning, north and southbound, we've got huge issues this morning. The southbound lanes you're looking at, you've got a couple lanes blocked, and it looks like they're still trying to get this overturned crash upright. So that's 270 southbound at Big Bend. Northbound lanes are slowing because folks are taking a peek, and this is a little bit farther north. Look how extensive that backup goes going south on 270. My goodness, it is a very slow crawl there. So avoid 270, approaching 44. And even going northbound from 55, it is slow because folks are taking a peek, and this is already a trouble spot. Everywhere else, we've got slowing in pockets on 270 in North County coming over the Poplar Street Bridge as well, and then slow on 64 and 70 out near Wentzville. But those, again, are the typical spots we see each and every day that's slow. But avoid 270 if you can this morning in West and South County. It is a mess.
All right, thanks, Anthony. Well, before we let you go, we have to bid a quick farewell to one of our fabulous producers and an awesome friend, Tori, today is her last day after producing for us here on TISL. Guys, she has some crazy hours working this shift. There she is.
Right there, sitting alongside Jen Sullivan and Jordan Palmer. You know, she does the shows on the weekend. Just a great person, a fun writer. She's also an actress.
Yes.
So she's multi-talented. Tori, we're going to miss you.
We'll see you on the big stage.
Oh, that's so sweet.
See you tomorrow.